Let's begin with a powerful truth that unites us as human beings. How can we talk about peace when schools have become shelters from bombs instead of spaces of learning? How can we speak of justice when cries from Gaza are answered not with compassion but with silence? Greetings everyone, my name is Firjani Hanisah and I'm deeply honored to stand here as the most outstanding student from IPB University. I see myself not only as a student but also as a voice, one among many choosing to speak up for Gaza and for all who deny peace, justice, and strong institutions. Gaza, known as the center of civilization, is the most strategic place in the world. However, in reality, since October 2023, we've witnessed the tragic loss of over 36,000 lives in Gaza. In the blink of an eye, families have been torn apart, hospitals have crumbled, and educational institutions have disappeared. Gaza represents more than just a geographic area. It embodies our collective conscience as human beings and serves as a barometer of our shared humanity. When Gaza suffers, it reveals the fractures in our world, highlighting the urgent need for Sustainable Development Goal number 16, which emphasizes peace, justice, and strong institutions. In early June 2025, a truly inspiring story was unfolded in the Mediterranean Sea. A humanitarian boat named Madleen sailed from Sicily carrying medical aid and baby formula, symbolizing hope instead of conflict. Among the passengers were Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg and French parliamentarian Rima Hassan. They didn't wait for approval, but they acted because it was the right thing to do. Even though the boat was intercepted, its message continues to inspire all people around the world. Dear brothers and sisters in humanity, so what can we do? While we may not hold political power, we are leaders of thought and lasting change begins within our minds. Before any land can be free, the mind must be free. It is what we call the liberation of mind before the liberation of land. That means thinking critically, learning deeply, and choosing not to be silent. In my context, as a nutrition student, I explored Gaza through the lens of food and health. I studied what hunger means under siege, what justice looks like when children are malnourished, and what public health means when hospitals are gone. Therefore, I wrote a book based on what I learned, not just to inform, but to connect science with humanity and use my knowledge to make a difference. In the process, Forty made me feel involved and reminded me that we all have a role to play. We don't need to be in position of power to contribute because each of us can make an impact from where we stand. For example, through our skills, our platforms, our compassion, and our refusal to stay silent. By contributing in our own unique ways, we align ourselves with the spirit of Sustainable Development Goal number 16. Real peace is not just the absence of conflict, but the presence of dignity for all. Justice means more than legal structures. It is about fairness in everyday life. Strong institutions grow from those who choose to care and speak out. That is why I genuinely believe that one day Palestine will rise in freedom. That is not a dream, it is a certainty. What remains uncertain is our stance in the present. Will we be remembered as people who stood up for what was right or as those who stayed quiet? The inspiring journey of the Madleen, the bravery of Greta, and the determination of Rima Hassan all remind us that change is not for those who wait. It comes to those who actively seek to create it. Let us walk in their spirit, not by crossing oceans, but by crossing into deeper understanding. Let our awareness be the seeds and our voices the water on which the pillars of peace and justice can grow. By liberating our minds, by opening our hearts, and by standing for peace, for justice, and for every voice still struggling to be heard.